Don't fall for the Foursquare. Don't fall for the payment close. Just stick to the out-the-door price.
So beside me is a car that we've had for about a month, and for the life of me, I can't figure out why it hasn't sold yet. Maybe you can tell me.
When you're buying your next car, you might hear the phrase mandatory add-ons. The real question is, what are these and do you actually have to pay them?
Buying a car used to be exciting. Today, for a lot of people, it's just frustrating. Prices keep going up, dealerships keep adding extra fees, and many buyers feel like they're paying far more than a car is really worth. In today's video, we're reacting to people sharing why so many cars aren't selling, why customers are walking away from dealerships, and why more Americans are questioning the way cars are being sold. Let's get started.
If a dealership shows you a piece of paper like this with the payments on it, you need to run far, far away unless they do this one thing for you. Watch this. All right, man, got the price of the car, trade value, down payment. Why don't we go ahead and get this wrapped up?
Yeah, I'm not doing that.
Why not?
Russ Flips Whips told me that it's not in my best interest to negotiate on a Foursquare.
Well, no, that kid doesn't know what he's talking about. Actually, the Foursquare was designed to make it easier for you, the customer who doesn't know anything about buying a car. This is easier for you guys to understand.
No, he does know what he's talking about, and that actually makes it more confusing for the customer. Listen, I want a copy of the out-the-door price and an approval at 7.9% that I'm pre-approved for, okay? So go get that for me.
Yeah, my manager doesn't even really know how to use a computer, man. That's why we handwrite all this stuff. It's going to take him hours to get that done.
Listen, I'm going to stop you right there, dude. If you don't get that for me in 3 seconds, I'm leaving.
Okay, I'll be right back. All right, Sport, here's your out-the-door price and the payment with the interest rate that you're pre-approved for. So can we just get this wrapped up?
Wow, payment was $150 better than before.
Well, that's because that payment before had all my commission packed in it. I mean, it was just a mistake.
You just said it. You just said it.
That was a mistake my manager
No,
made.
you guys packed my payment. I know you did.
How'd you even learn to ask for the out-the-door price and all that stuff? How do you know all this?
Dude, I follow Russ Flips Whips. I told you earlier.
Well, just go ahead and sign this. That guy sounds like a clown, but just go ahead and sign this.
I'm not signing this. Go get my car cleaned up, Sport.
Whatever.
So I went to go buy a car yesterday at this dealership. I don't care. I'm name dropping. So I walk in. The price online was $23,000, which is a great deal. For the car that it was, 23 was a great price. So I get there and I'm like, hey, the price is still 23. And they're like, absolutely. So I test drive it. Great. I'm like, awesome. So we go to work numbers and they're like, okay, so we've broken down the costs. And I'm like, hey, what's that right there? That $2,500. And they're like, oh, that's the Blazer cost. I'm like, the Blazer? And they're like, well, yeah, it's a package that we have to add on. Basically what it is it comes with 2 years of free maintenance and some floor mats for the car. And I was like, oh, no, thank you. I don't want that. I don't have any use for that. And they're like, oh, no, it's not optional. And I'm like, what? And they're like, yeah, it's not an optional package. It's $2,500. And I was like, so the car is $25,500, not $23,000. And they're like, no, the car's still $23,000. And I'm like, okay, then I don't want the package and I'll pay for it at $23,000. And they're like, well, no, you still have to pay for the package. And I'm like, okay, well, then I'm going to leave. And then they're like, well, what can we do to make this work? And I was like, you can charge me $23,000, which is what the price is. And they're like, well, we can come down half of that price. And I was like, no, I want to pay the $23,000. There's no half or anything like that. I came down here for the price that was listed. I'm not paying over that price. And I'm not paying for this weird BS package. And they're like, well, it covers maintenance for the first 2 years. And I'm like, it's a fairly new car. Maintenance at best, just oil changes. That's at most, what, $200? So you're just ripping me off $2,300. And they're like, well, it comes with floor mats. And I was like, I can get floor mats for $50 on the internet. I don't need those floor mats. And then the best part is, after we have this argument for a while, they go and get the hire manager. And then after he comes, he's like, all right, well, let me go speak to my boss. And he leaves. And I'm sitting at this salesman's desk for like 20 minutes. And then after a while, the salesman goes, are you waiting for something? And I was like, yeah, for the sales manager to come back. And he goes, oh, he's not coming back. And I was like, what? He's like, oh no, he went home like 20 minutes ago. And I was like, he just left. Like, this dude was like, he's not making a deal. I'm just leaving. He said he was coming back and he just didn't. So weird.
You know, this is exactly the kind of thing that makes people lose trust. If a car is advertised for one price, most buyers expect to pay that price, not find out later that there are thousands of dollars in extra charges they never asked for. Has anything like this ever happened to you? Have you ever gone to buy a car and ended up walking away because the final price was completely different? Let us know your story in the comments.
So beside me is a car that we've had for about a month, and for the life of me, I can't figure out why it hasn't sold yet. Maybe you can tell me.
So this is the 2011 Toyota FJ Cruiser. The unique two-tone color combination, tow hitch, and this thing has a 4.0 V6, a lot of power for it. The interior of the FJ Cruiser, the interior smells clean. Take a look at the back seat. Not built for room, but it does have room. We have this price just a little bit above $21,000 and 146,000 miles.
So what do you think? Is it the miles? Is it the color? Is it the price? Help me figure it out. Let me know what you think. I'm Robbie, and I want to be your car guy.
If you're car shopping and a dealership does any of these things, go the other way. It's not worth it working with a shady dealership. Number one is they don't want to discuss things on the phone, such as price, payments, giving you a deal sheet. That's old school, and they are being lazy or they're trying to hide something. Number two, a different price if you finance or pay cash. Yes, dealerships get kickbacks from the finance company, so of course we want you to finance, but it shouldn't be a different price if you finance or pay cash. Yes, there are some rebates tied to financing or leasing, so yes, that is correct. Number three, say market adjustments or they have to charge the addendum. It's false. Totally made up. That's the dealership's decision. Next one, when they charge a different rate if you buy a warranty or say, oh, because the bank wants you to be covered, that's a false statement. They are trying to make you get that extended warranty, which I totally believe in warranties, but you should be able to pick that and you should be able to get the best rate if you buy a warranty or not. Last one is they don't want to send you a deal sheet line by line of what everything is. They just say, oh, it's taxes and fees, and say, okay, I need to see what fees these are. They all have doc fees. Some states don't, but you should be able to see, okay, doc fees this is your taxes, this is your license plate fee, all those kinds of things. If you run into any of these things when shopping for a car, go to the next place. It's not worth it. For more content like this, follow Andrea Sells Cadillac.
Don't fall for the Foursquare. Don't fall for the payment close. Just stick to the out-the-door price. My name's Ray Shefska. I spent 43 years in the car business, and this is one of the biggest tricks that dealerships try and get you on. Don't ever fall for it. It's called the Foursquare, ladies and gentlemen, and they present 4 squares of numbers. The first number is the selling price. This would be your trade allowance, plus any payoff that's still owed. This is the cash down, and this is your monthly payment. So you'll notice that the payment has no term. And the reason for that is so when you say, oh my goodness, that's how many months is that? The salesperson's going to look at it and you go, well, it's probably the standard 72 months, but we can get you extended terms if you would like. You have no idea. You're not computing in your head what $640 a month times 72 really is. Present you with this, okay? The only thing they really want you to be concerned with is that pay. Instead of falling for all this, you want to concentrate on one thing, and that's the out-the-door price. You're going to ask the dealership to give you a breakdown of the selling price plus all fees and dealer-installed accessories and the total bottom line price. That's all you're concerned with at first. And then if you have a trade, that's a separate transaction. I'll do a separate video on that for you.
I have a theory that the same people who criticize salespeople are the same ones that mistreat servers when they go to a restaurant. Salesmen are here to provide a service and hopefully improve your experience and provide you with all the options that maybe you haven't thought of yet. You come in, you think you need this, you don't really know. You need to consult somebody. You need someone to bounce your ideas off of, someone who is on the inside, who knows, who has the product knowledge. That's a salesperson, right? That's the same thing at a restaurant. You go, you want to know what's good, what's the recommendations, what's the chef special. It's all the same thing. We're providing a service. Some folks want the service, other folks pretend that they don't. Let me know in the comments below if you've ever had a wonderful experience with a salesperson who really helped you one way or another and transformed your experience for the positive. For more content like this, follow Similar Sales.
I do think a good salesperson can make the buying process easier. There's nothing wrong with answering questions or helping someone choose the right car, but I think where people get frustrated is when they feel pressured into buying things they never wanted in the first place. Has a salesperson ever tried to sell you something you didn't want? Tell us what happened in the comments.
This GMC Yukon behind me is $110,000, and I'm going to show you why. This is the Denali Ultimate trim. It comes with these massive 24-inch wheels, glacier white color, this massive black and chrome grille, 6.2 liter V8 with the quad tip exhaust, woodland mahogany interior with the speakers in the headrest, panoramic sunroof, the massive 16.8 inch touchscreen. You have the Super Cruise self-driving mode and the night vision camera for the front, captain's chair seating for the back with the massive touchscreens for your rear entertainment and the 8-inch climate control. And an overall smooth ride with the air ride suspension. $110,000 is a lot of money, but is it worth it with everything you get with this? Make sure that you follow GM Clee.
Don't you ever wonder why car dealerships feel like they're trying to make you mad?
I just thought it was a lot of people's first-time jobs.
Dealerships already know that you want the car. It's a commodity at this point.
Which means no more negotiating.
Not really. Instead, there's a documented strategy that dealerships use to try to upsell you, called the four-square grind, by making you want to leave, by wearing you down and confusing you. And it starts before you even come in by advertising, technically, real low prices.
Why did you say technically like that?
Well, oftentimes the one model that they had at that price is gone, or to get the pricing you saw, you have to agree to thousands in dealership add-ons or expensive financing.
Yeah, they said my car was gone, and the second car I wanted took 5 hours to buy.
Everything is designed to take longer. Getting a salesperson to help you, getting the keys for the test drive, checking with their finance manager for everything.
That's the grind?
That's the wear down. This is the grind. The whole point of this is to try to move the conversation away from total cost to monthly payment.
It says vehicle price right there.
Vehicle price is not the same thing as total cost. This is designed to look really simple while actually being as confusing as possible. Let's say that you don't have that much for the down payment. Well, that's fine. They'll quietly change your loan term to make sure that your monthly payment doesn't go up.
That's not what happened to me at all. I actually got a $3,000 discount for doing financing instead of cash.
That's another really common tactic. You think that you just saved $3,000, but on a $40,000 car, you'll spend about $10,000 on finance charges. So you actually just agreed to pay $7,000 more.
Oh, man. He kept asking me, he's like, do these numbers work? And that was the thing that finally got me to initial the paper.
Nothing is legally binding until you sign the final paperwork. But now you feel like you've committed, and it's been hours, and you're tired.
You're gonna say this is when they pitch the add-ons. But the thing is they're not actually that expensive.
What did you get?
I paid to get the front windows tinted to match the back ones, and for a protective shield over the paint and the interior, and that only made my payment go up $72 a month.
To you, it feels like a few extra dollars a month, but you've actually gone from spending $40,000 cash on a car to $50,000 or more over the life of a loan.
Meanwhile, on here, they made it look like the price of the car is actually going down.
Yeah, I am never buying a car again.
Well, that's not always an option for everyone.
So instead, Consumer Reports says that if you want to beat the grind, download a finance calculator app beforehand. That'll keep dealerships honest, and it'll keep you focused on the total cost instead of the price.
And that will keep me from getting mad? It'll help you save money, but no, it's still gonna be miserable.
When you're buying your next car, you might hear the phrase mandatory add-ons. The real question is, what are these and do you actually have to pay them? So first off, what are these add-ons? So add-ons are things that are added to a car at the dealership that are meant to enhance value. For example, you might see tint added to the car. You might see a theft protection added to the car. You might see nitrogen in the tires, or they could just call it an environmental package. Whatever it is, first off, it is meant to enhance the value of the car, and it's added to the car before you ever pay for it. So this is why they say it's mandatory, because they already put it on, so you have to pay. Before we talk about should you pay for it, why do dealerships do this? This doesn't seem to make sense. Why would they add something to a car before a customer asks? And the real reason is actually comes down to how they price their cars. Dealerships realize that the majority of people shopping online, about 89% of people, are not going to the dealership website anymore. No, they're using third-party websites like cars.com or Car Gurus to search all the options. And when they search all the options, what they normally do is look at the lowest price one. So what dealerships have learned, if they price their cars really low, and then once you come in, they can make up that profit with mandatory add-ons. And if you can't negotiate them off because they're mandatory. So even though these are mandatory, you don't have to pay for these. Do not pay for these. A dealership's not going to lose your business over these add-ons. But one of the first objections they're almost always going to say is, well, hey, I'm sorry, we already installed it, so we can't remove it. And the answer to that is, that's not my problem. It's not my fault that you made a bad business decision to install something that most people don't want. And salespeople rarely even believe in the product themselves. This is just another way for a dealership to get a profit grab. So when you're negotiating your next car, do not pay for these add-ons. Don't pay for the nitrogen, don't pay for the tint, don't pay for the wheel protection, anything along those lines. If finance wants to sell you a warranty, have them add value to that. But do not pay for mandatory add-ons.
At the end of the day, I think most people don't mind paying a fair price for a good car. What frustrates them is when the final price keeps changing, extra fees suddenly appear, or they feel pressured into buying things they never asked for. That's why so many buyers are walking away instead of making a deal. Now, I'd like to hear from you. Do you think buying a car today is harder than it was 10 or 20 years ago? What's the biggest problem with buying a car today? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.